The elite marksman competition drew competitors from military, law enforcement, and professional circuits nationwide. Maya Chen walked through the Hawthorne Shooting Club entrance in worn jeans and a plain cardigan, a stark contrast to the tactical gear-clad men filling the exclusive facility. The receptionist barely glanced up. Spectator viewing area is through those doors. I'm here to register as a competitor, Maya replied, sliding her completed application across the counter. This earned the receptionist's full attention. Registration closed 2 weeks ago, and the elite competition is invitation only. My confirmation email states otherwise. Maya countered, presenting a printed email. Registration was open until yesterday for qualified applicants. Minutes later, Commander James Blackwood, former Navy SEAL and competition director, approached with an expression suggesting Maya was an inconvenience. Miss Shen, I see you've applied for the advanced division, quite ambitious for someone with no competitive history. I meet all the qualification requirements listed on your website. Blackwood's smile didn't reach his eyes. This competition attracts elite marksman specialists with decades of experience. This isn't like plinking cans in a backyard. Derek Stone, last year's champion and Blackwood's protege, interjected. Maybe we should let her try. We could use some entertainment before the real competition begins. The men around him chuckled. Fine, Blackwood conceded. Lane 15 is open. Show us what you can do. Standard qualification course. As Maya walked to the lane, whispers and snickers followed. Stone leaned against the observation wall, arms crossed, preparing to witness what he assumed would be an amusing failure. What none of them knew was that the unassuming woman they had just belittled was once known in classified circles as the Ghost, the most lethal precision shooter in the history of a covert military program that officially never existed. 10 years earlier, Captain Maya Chen had stood in the Afghan desert, tracking a high-value target 470 yards away, nearly a mile. Wind calculations, elevation, temperature, and a dozen other variables flowed through her mind automatically. Target confirmed. Send it when ready. Ghost. Came her spotter Lieutenant Noah Taylor's voice over comms. Maya exhaled and squeezed the trigger. The round found its mark with surgical accuracy, her 23rd consecutive successful elimination. Maya wasn't just good. She possessed rare natural talent combined with exceptional skill. Her visual acuity tested off the charts. Her spatial processing was nearly computer-like, and her ability to remain completely still for hours defied normal limits. Their partnership was legendary within classified circles, until the mission that changed everything. Operation Kingfisher was supposed to be routine, but their intel had been compromised. They walked into an ambush. Noah pushed Maya out of the line of fire, taking 3 rounds to the chest. She eliminated all 7 attackers in seconds. But it was too late for Noah. He died in her arms, whispering, "Find the leak. Ghost. Someone sold us out." The subsequent investigation revealed corruption at the highest levels. Commander James Blackwood, then liaison between their division and military intelligence, had been selling information to private contractors, but with high-level connections. He'd escaped prosecution. Maya had tried pursuing justice through official channels, but her testimony was classified, her evidence redacted, and her career effectively ended when she refused to continue working within a system she no longer trusted. She disappeared after discharge, changing locations frequently and avoiding anything connecting her to her former life until 3 weeks ago, when an encrypted message arrived. Blackwood involved in weapons tech smuggling. Evidence at Hawthorne competition. Your skill set required. Now, as Maya picked up the club-provided rifle at lane 15, memories flooded back. Blackwood watched with barely concealed disdain as she settled into position. Maya adjusted her stance slightly, her mind automatically compensating for every variable, but as her finger hovered near the trigger, she made a deliberate choice. Not yet. She introduced a slight tremor to her hands and tensed her shoulders. Classic amateur mistakes. Before firing, the shot hit the outer ring. Respectable for a novice, but below competition standard. Not bad for a beginner, Blackwood commented condescendingly. But you can see there's quite a gap between backyard shooting and competition level. Maya nodded, accepting the humiliation with apparent resignation, while inwardly setting her plan in motion. As she turned to leave, she noticed someone watching from the maintenance area, an older man, with a weathered face and knowing eyes that followed her with unmistakable recognition. You're deliberately missing, the maintenance man said quietly as Maya placed the rifle on the rack. Maya kept her expression neutral, neither confirming nor denying his observation. Most people tense up when nervous. You tensed up at exactly the right moment to place that shot precisely where you wanted it, good enough to seem competent, bad enough to stay under the radar. When Maya remained silent, he glanced around before continuing. Staff Sergeant Marcus Reynolds. I was Extraction Team Alpha for Spectre Division. 2010 to 2014. I'd recognize your shooting stance anywhere. Captain Chen. Or do you prefer Ghost? Maya tensed imperceptibly. I think you have me confused with someone else. Reynolds' face softened. Maybe so. But whoever you are, you're not what you're pretending to be. He gestured toward Blackwood. And neither is he. You know what he did. Maya stated rather than asked. I was there when they brought Lieutenant Taylor's body back. Been watching Blackwood ever since he miraculously got reassigned instead of court-martialed. Been working maintenance here since he took over. He slid a maintenance schedule across the counter. Security does a sweep every night at 2,200 hours. They're quick and predictable. Cameras on the east side malfunction regularly. I usually fix them between 2,300 and midnight. Maya understood immediately. These systems do require regular maintenance. That night, after the facility emptied, Maya slipped back through a service entrance Reynolds had left unlocked. The security cameras on the East Range were, as promised, offline for maintenance. You've got about 45 minutes before security circles back, Reynolds said, unlocking the equipment room. What are you looking for? Blackwood is using this competition as cover for something, Maya explained. Selecting a rifle. A weapons deal. Most likely. I need to figure out when and where. For 20 minutes. Maya allowed herself to become the ghost again, firing with the precision she had suppressed for years. Each shot found its mark with unerring accuracy. Reynolds watched in admiration. Like riding a bike. Who? A very specialized, highly tuned bike, Maya replied with a small smile. Reynolds shared what he knew. Blackwood's been meeting with shady types guys, with private military contractor written all over them. 2 days ago, I overheard him mention a demonstration during the final round. Maya nodded. Then I need to make it to the finals, without revealing how good you actually are until it matters. Reynolds added. After practice, Maya accessed Blackwood's office through a ceiling maintenance panel. Inside, she found evidence confirming her suspicions. Blackwood was planning to demonstrate and sell a new targeting system that allowed even moderate shooters to achieve expert-level accuracy to buyers from restricted countries. As Maya slipped out, she knew she had the what and when. Now she needed to make it to the finals without arousing Blackwood's suspicion, delicate balance that would test even her considerable abilities. The next morning, competitors gathered for qualifying rounds. The atmosphere buzzed with pre-competition energy as shooters checked equipment and studied the course layout. Maya arrived in similar, unassuming clothes, blending into the background, despite being one of only 3 women among 42 competitors. Blackwood addressed the group, detailing the 3 stages: stationary targets, time pressure shooting, and environmental challenges. Only the top 16 advance to tomorrow's semifinals, and only 8 will compete in the final round. Derek Stone approached Maya as she prepared her equipment. "Surprised you showed up. Most people take the hint after their first embarrassment." Maya checked her sights methodically. "I paid my entry fee like everyone else. Entry fees don't buy skill." Stone smirked. "What's your deal anyway? Why are you really here?" "Maybe I just enjoy shooting," Maya replied evenly. During the first stage, Maya carefully calculated her performance, displaying competence without exceptional skill, good enough to advance but not draw unwanted attention. She qualified in 12th place. Stone performed exceptionally, placing first and making sure everyone noticed. During the second stage, Maya maintained her strategy of controlled mediocrity, except for one exceptional shot on a difficult moving target that earned surprised looks. As they prepared for the final stage, another female competitor approached. "Nice shot on the moving target." "I'm Alex Rivera." "Maya Chen." "Military background?" Alex asked. "Eyes evaluative." "Nothing exciting," Maya replied vaguely. "Mostly administrative." Alex looked skeptical. "Well, administrative or not, that was a hell of a shot. Watch your back with Stone and his crew. They don't like surprises or outsiders." The environmental challenge introduced complications like shifting winds and unstable platforms. Maya modulated her performance, finishing 10th overall, safely qualified for semifinals, but not prominent enough to arouse suspicion. In the parking lot that evening, Reynolds approached under the guise of helping with equipment, slipping Maya a USB drive, security footage from Blackwood's private meetings. Word is he's changed the semifinal course, making it significantly more difficult than previous years. He's trying to weed out borderline qualifiers. Maya understood immediately. "Exactly. And Stone was asking questions about you after you left." That night, Maya reviewed the footage, showing Blackwood meeting with representatives from restricted nations and demonstrating a small device that could guarantee expert-level accuracy with minimal training technology that could turn untrained fighters into deadly snipers. As Maya prepared for bed, she knew tomorrow would require an even more delicate balance. Blackwood was actively trying to eliminate her from the competition, while Stone was growing suspicious of her carefully controlled performance. The morning of the semifinals dawned with palpable tension. Blackwood unveiled the modified course with poorly concealed satisfaction. "Today's challenge will test not just precision, but adaptability and decision-making under extreme conditions," he announced. "We've incorporated elements rarely seen outside military and tactical law enforcement training." The course combined unstable platforms, extreme distances, visual obstructions, and complex moving targets. It strongly favored those with specific tactical backgrounds. "This is insane," muttered one competitor. "Some of these shots are practically impossible without specialized training." That's the point, Alex commented quietly beside Maya. It's designed to eliminate anyone without a very specific background. Maya studied the course carefully. To advance, she would need to perform well enough to place in the top 8, but not so brilliantly as to reveal her true capabilities. Stone swaggered past. Problem. Ladies? Maybe this is where amateurs should bow out gracefully. His eyes lingered on Maya with newfound suspicion. As the competition progressed, Blackwood's modifications had the intended effect. Competitors with sport shooting backgrounds struggled with tactical elements. By midday, several shooters had fallen so far behind that their elimination was essentially guaranteed. Maya navigated the course with careful precision, deliberately missing certain difficult shots that the Ghost would have made effortlessly, while demonstrating just enough skill on others to maintain a middle position. During a break, she noticed Stone in deep conversation with Blackwood, both occasionally glancing in her direction with concern rather than dismissal. "They're talking about you," Alex commented. "Stone's not happy about something. Probably just discussing the course," Maya replied neutrally. Alex raised an eyebrow. "I've competed against Stone for 3 years. I know that look. He thinks you're a threat. Which is interesting since you're currently in 6th place. Well behind him. I'm just trying to focus and not overthink," Maya responded carefully. The afternoon brought the most challenging stage yet, shots from an elevated platform that swayed unpredictably, simulating shooting from an unstable helicopter or boat. When Maya's turn came, she faced a critical decision. The platform's movement pattern was nearly identical to training exercises she had mastered in Spectre Division. Muscle memory threatened to take over, potentially revealing her true skill level. She chose a middle path, intentionally missing her first shot, then gradually improving with each subsequent attempt. Her final score placed her 5th overall, good enough to advance but not exceptional enough to stand out. Or so she thought. As she exited the course, Stone waited, his previous dismissiveness replaced by focused intensity. "Nice recovery on that platform," he said. "Funny thing, though, your adjustment pattern was textbook military, almost like you knew exactly how to compensate for that specific movement." Maya met his gaze steadily. "I watch and learn quickly. No one learns that quickly." Stone pressed. "Who are you really? Maya Chen? Beginners don't adapt like you just did." When the final results were posted, Maya had secured the 8th and final qualifying position for the championship round. Stone dominated, finishing first with a commanding lead. "Quite surprising to see you advance this far, Miss Chen," Blackwood remarked during congratulations, his smile not reaching his eyes. "Tomorrow's finals will be particularly challenging." Reynolds intercepted Maya briefly while collecting equipment. "Watch yourself. They've been reviewing security footage, looking specifically at your practice sessions. And they're changing security patterns. Tonight, full building sweep every hour. Thanks for the heads up." Blackwood scheduled a private demonstration for special guests immediately following the final round tomorrow. Whatever he's planning, that's when it happens. With her cover increasingly at risk and Blackwood's illegal demonstration less than 24 hours away, Maya knew tomorrow would demand perfect timing and the full range of skills that had made her legendary. The Ghost wouldn't be able to hide much longer. That evening, Maya found signs of a professional search in her hotel, room items minutely out of place, electronic devices repositioned. Her phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Coffee? Lobby? Now." Cautious but curious, Maya made her way down, scanning for threats. She spotted Alex Rivera in a corner booth, 2 coffees already on the table. Hope you don't mind, Alex said as Maya approached. Figured we should talk. Maya slid into the seat, maintaining a clear view of all entrances. About what? Alex took a sip before answering. About why an ex-Spectre Division operative with your reputation is pretending to be a novice at a competition run by James Blackwood. Maya's expression remained neutral, but inwardly she reassessed Alex completely. Knowledge of Spectre Division was extremely limited. I think you have me confused with someone else, Maya replied evenly. Alex smiled slightly. Your official file says you died in an operation gone wrong 5 years ago. Captain Chen. Very few people know the ghost is actually alive, and fewer would recognize you by sight. But I worked intelligence liaison for Joint Special Operations Command before joining the FBI. I've seen your shooting metrics. If I were this ghost, Maya finally said, what would it have to do with you? I've been investigating Blackwood for 8 months. Alex replied, lowering her voice. The FBI suspects he's been brokering illegal weapons tech to restricted countries. But we haven't been able to get enough evidence for an arrest. He's careful, connected, and protected. She slid her phone across the table, displaying FBI credentials. I'm not here to compete, I'm here to build a case. And I think you're here for something similar, though probably more personal. Let's say, hypothetically, someone like this ghost had reason to believe Blackwood betrayed his country and was responsible for the death of her spotter. Maya said carefully, and let's say she discovered he's planning to demonstrate and sell restricted weapons technology during tomorrow's final round. Alex nodded slowly. Hypothetically, this FBI agent might have similar intelligence, but lack the concrete evidence needed for an arrest warrant. This agent might also be very interested in whatever evidence this ghost has gathered. And what would happen to this evidence once shared? Maya asked. Would it disappear into classified briefings and closed-door hearings? With Blackwood eventually getting another slap on the wrist because of his connections? Not this time. I've spent my career watching people like Blackwood escape consequences because of who they know. This goes all the way to the direct turno backroom deals. No classified settlements. Alex leaned forward. But we need hard evidence of the actual transaction or demonstration. Hypothetically, Maya finally said, this ghost might need access to the building tonight to place surveillance devices before tomorrow's demonstration. Alex smiled. Hypothetically, this FBI agent might have authorized surveillance equipment and the ability to temporarily disable certain security systems. They spent the next hour exchanging information and developing a plan. The technology Blackwood was selling an advanced targeting system using AI to calculate ballistic solutions instantly would allow even novice shooters to hit targets at extreme ranges with expert-level accuracy. The military rejected it for ethical concerns. Alex explained, in the wrong hands, it could turn anyone into a deadly sniper with minimal training. That night, under cover of darkness, Maya and Alex infiltrated the Hawthorne Club, placing tiny cameras overlooking the demonstration area and the private room where Blackwood would likely complete the transaction. As they worked, Maya felt a familiar rhythm returning, the focused calm of an operation in progress. The heightened awareness of every sound and movement, the silent communication with a trusted partner. For what it's worth, Alex said quietly before they exited, the rumors didn't do you justice. It's an honor to work with you. Maya nodded slightly. Let's focus on tomorrow. If Blackwood has the slightest suspicion, he'll change the plan or heighten security. As they slipped out, Maya felt a certainty she hadn't experienced in years. Tomorrow would bring an end to Blackwood's betrayals one way or another. The championship round drew a substantial crowd of enthusiasts. industry representatives, military observers, and media filled the viewing areas. Security was visibly enhanced, with additional personnel stationed throughout the facility. The 8 finalists gathered for Blackwood's briefing. Stone stood at the center, already basking in attention as the presumed winner. Maya noticed several distinguished-looking observers in the VIP section, recognizing 3 as the potential buyers from intelligence files. Today's final round represents the pinnacle of precision shooting, Blackwood announced. You'll face 5 increasingly difficult stages. The shooter with the highest total becomes our champion. He detailed the stages: standard precision at varying distances, moving targets, environmental challenges, speed shooting, and the championship stage, an extreme distance shot with multiple complex variables. As they prepared their equipment, Stone approached Maya, his previous suspicion now mixed with arrogance. Surprised you made it this far, Shen. But today's were the real shooters, separate from the lucky ones. The first stage began with precision shooting at targets ranging from 300 to 800 yards. Maya delivered a controlled performance, excellent but not extraordinary, placing 4th after the initial round. Stone led convincingly. During the second stage, moving targets, Maya allowed herself to show more skill, particularly on difficult targets requiring exceptional timing. She finished the stage in 3rd place, with Stone still leading. Throughout these stages, Maya noticed Blackwood watching her more intently than before, his expression calculating rather than dismissive. Whether Stone had shared his suspicions or Blackwood had developed his own, something had changed in his assessment of her. The 3rd stage introduced complications designed to test adaptability. As Maya stepped up to the firing line, she noticed Blackwood speaking quietly into his radio, a last-minute security adjustment. Perhaps she made her decision instantly. The mission took priority over maintaining cover. Maya accessed the skills she had suppressed for years, allowing the ghost to emerge partially enough to ensure advancement. Her shooting during this stage was fluid, precise, and adaptable. She outscored even Stone, moving into 2nd place overall. Stone's face flushed with anger and disbelief as he watched the scores update. Blackwood's expression was more concerning, a cold, calculating look that suggested he was piecing together a puzzle that had eluded him until now. As the 4 advancing finalists were announced, Stone, Maya, Alex, and a former Marine named Wilson Blackwood approached Maya directly. Impressive adaptation to the environmental variables. Miss Shen, he said, his tone conversational but his eyes sharp with suspicion, almost as if you'd trained specifically for those exact conditions. I'm a quick study, Maya replied evenly. Indeed. Blackwood's smile didn't reach his eyes. Your shooting style reminds me of someone I knew years ago. Remarkable coincidence. The implied recognition hung in the air between them, not an accusation, not yet, but a warning that her disguise was wearing thin. As they moved to the championship range, Maya noticed additional security personnel taking positions throughout the area. Blackwood was increasing protection but still proceeding with his plans. The ghost had now fully awakened. After years of suppressing her extraordinary skills, Maya had allowed herself to access the muscle memory, heightened perception, and exceptional focus that had made her legendary. Whatever happened next, Captain Maya Chen the Ghost was fully present for the first time in 5 years. The championship range hummed with tension as the 4 finalists prepared for the speed shooting stage. This challenge required competitors to engage multiple targets in sequence under strict time constraints. Maya decided that with Blackwood's security already heightened and his recognition growing, maintaining her facade served little purpose now. The mission required her to stay on the range until the demonstration, but it no longer required hiding her true capabilities. When her turn came, Maya stepped to the line and allowed the ghost to emerge fully. Her performance transformed into something extraordinary, a fluid exhibition of speed and precision that left spectators stunned. Her movements became a blur of practiced efficiency, each shot finding center mass with unerring accuracy. She completed the course in a time that shattered the competition record. The crowd's reaction was immediate gasps, followed by spontaneous applause. Stone stared at her with shock and dawning comprehension. "Who the hell are you really?" he demanded as she returned to the preparation area. Blackwood's reaction was more significant. He pulled aside his head of security, gesturing urgently while glancing repeatedly in her direction. Additional security personnel began moving into position around the perimeter, their attention focused on Maya rather than the crowd. Alex approached under the guise of congratulating her. Blackwood's called in his full security team. "He definitely suspects who you are." But he's still proceeding with the demonstration. The final stage required a single shot at a target 200 yards away with complex wind conditions and elevation. Stone was scheduled to shoot first, followed by Wilson, then Alex, with Maya going last. "Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to witness represents the pinnacle of precision marksmanship," Blackwood announced. "After today's champion is crowned, select guests will be treated to a special demonstration of next-generation technology that represents the future of precision shooting." Stone's championship shot struck just outside the bullseye. Excellent, but not perfect. Wilson followed with a slightly less accurate shot, and Alex delivered a solid performance comparable to Stone's. As Maya stepped up for the final shot, the atmosphere had changed completely. Gone were the dismissive glances and smirks. All eyes watched with intense focus. Maya took her position with fluid grace, entering the state of heightened perception that had always separated her from even elite snipers. Through her scope, she could see the target 200 yards distant, as clearly as if it were much closer. She calculated wind speed, direction, barometric pressure, bullet drop, and other variables automatically. The entire range fell silent as she prepared her shot. Maya exhaled slowly and squeezed the trigger. The bullet traveled the 2/3 of a mile in just over a second, striking dead center of the bullseye with a precision that the electronic scoring system recorded as 100-0, a mathematically perfect shot never before seen in the competition's history. For a moment, the entire facility remained in stunned silence. Then spontaneous applause erupted from spectators, officials, and even some competitors. "Ladies and gentlemen," the head judge announced, "we have our champion. With a perfect shot at the extreme distance challenge and the highest overall score in competition history, the winner is Maya Chen." Amidst the celebration, Blackwood maintained his professional facade, approaching with the champion's trophy. As he gripped her hand for photos, he leaned in close. "I know who you are. Ghost," he whispered, his smile never faltering for the cameras. "You're supposed to be dead." "Disappointed?" Maya replied quietly. "You have no idea what you've walked into." Blackwood continued through his fixed smile. "My security team has orders to escort you from the premises immediately after this ceremony." Maya met his gaze steadily. "No, James. For you, it's just beginning." Alex approached to congratulate her, using the moment to update her quietly. Blackwood's moved the demonstration up, Happening in 15 minutes in the executive shooting bay. I've alerted my backup team. But they're still 8 minutes out. Maya nodded almost imperceptibly. His security is planning to remove me. We need to move now. As the crowd celebrated, the ghost prepared for her real mission, stopping a weapons technology transfer that could destabilize global security and finally bringing to justice the man responsible for her partner's death. The awards ceremony concluded with forced smiles. As the crowd began to disperse, 2 security men approached Maya. "Miss Chen, if you'll come with us," one said firmly. "Commander Blackwood would like a word in private." "Of course," Maya replied pleasantly. "Let me just gather my equipment." "That won't be necessary," the second man stated. "Your gear will be brought to you later." At that moment, Alex intervened, her FBI credentials suddenly visible. "Actually, gentlemen, Miss Chen will be staying right here. FBI investigation in progress." The security men hesitated. Maya used that momentary confusion to slip past them, moving quickly toward the private range, where the demonstration was being hastily prepared. "Stop her!" one of the men shouted. But Alex blocked their path, creating a deliberate commotion that drew attention. "Federal agent," Alex announced loudly. Everyone remained calm. The distraction gave Maya the seconds she needed to disappear down a service corridor. She moved silently through maintenance spaces and back hallways, avoiding main corridors where additional security would be looking for her. Reaching a utility room adjacent to the executive range, she accessed the surveillance feed on her secure phone. The cameras showed Blackwood hurriedly briefing his potential buyers, all glancing repeatedly at their watches. On a table nearby sat a brushed aluminum case, presumably containing the targeting system prototypes. Through the surveillance feed, Maya watched as Blackwood opened the case, revealing several small devices that appeared to be specialized scopes or attachments. "Gentlemen, what you're about to experience will revolutionize tactical operations," Blackwood explained. "This system doesn't just assist targeting, it makes traditional sniper training almost obsolete." Maya accessed the building's electrical system through a maintenance panel, initiating a controlled power disruption, not a complete outage, but a brownout causing lights to flicker and electronic equipment to reset. The momentary darkness gave her the opening she needed. Maya slipped through a maintenance access panel into the ceiling space above the executive range, positioning herself directly over the demonstration area. Below, Blackwood was hurriedly resetting the electronic targets, just a minor power fluctuation, he assured his increasingly nervous buyers. As the lights stabilized, Maya made her move. She dropped silently into the room from a ceiling panel, landing with practiced grace. "I believe this demonstration is over, Commander," she announced, her voice carrying the authority that had once commanded elite units. The room froze. Blackwood spun toward her voice, his expression transforming from shock to rage as he recognized her. "Ghost," he hissed. "James Blackwood, you're about to be arrested for treason, illegal weapons trafficking, and the murder of Lieutenant Noah Taylor." Maya stated calmly. "You always were exceptional, Maya," Blackwood said, "but you're outnumbered and outgunned here." He gestured to his security team. "And you have no official standing anymore, you're a ghost. Remember? Officially dead. With no authority whatsoever." "That's where you're wrong," Maya replied. "I'm working with the FBI now. Surveillance has been recording this entire demonstration. Actually, we can," came Alex's voice as she entered through the main door, her FBI credentials displayed prominently. "James Blackwood, You're under arrest for illegal weapons trafficking, espionage, and conspiracy to commit treason." Behind her appeared several armed FBI agents in tactical gear. Moving quickly to secure the buyers and security personnel, Blackwood's composure finally cracked. With surprising speed, he lunged for one of the prototype targeting systems and the rifle beside it, bringing the weapon to bear. But Maya was faster. In a movement almost too quick to follow, she closed the distance between them, redirecting the barrel upward as Blackwood fired. The bullet harmlessly hit the ceiling as she secured him. "It's over, James," Maya said quietly. "It's been over since the moment you betrayed your oath and your country." As FBI agents took custody of Blackwood, he fixed Maya with a look of pure hatred. "You think this ends anything? I have connections you can't imagine." "Not this time," Alex replied. "Securing the prototype targeting systems as evidence. We've been building this case for months. Your bank records, your communications with foreign buyers, and now video evidence of the actual transaction attempt. It's comprehensive." As Blackwood was led away, the reality of the moment settled over Maya. After 5 years of hiding, justice was finally being served. 3 months later, Maya stood on the firing line of the FBI's Quantico training facility, demonstrating advanced shooting techniques to 20 agents in training. "Precision isn't just about natural talent," she explained. "It's about understanding the relationship between your body, your weapon, and your environment." After the session, Alex approached, now wearing the insignia of unit supervisor following her promotion for the successful Blackwood operation. "Your reputation is spreading," Alex commented with a smile. "The waiting list for your advanced courses is up to 6 months now. As long as they're learning the right skills for the right reasons," Maya replied. "The director has approved the creation of a specialized counter-proliferation unit focused on emerging weapons technologies." Alex added, "Given your unique background, they want you to head it." For the first time since leaving Spectre Division, Maya was using her extraordinary skills openly. Though her full background remained classified, she had found a new purpose that honored Noah's memory while creating something positive from the ashes of her past. That evening, Maya returned to her new apartment in Virginia, space that for the first time in years actually felt like a home rather than a temporary shelter. On her bookshelf stood the championship trophy, and beside it a framed photograph of her and Noah in Afghanistan, both in uniform but unrecognizable beneath tactical gear except for their eyes, which showed the unmistakable connection of partners who trusted each other completely. Maya's phone buzzed with a message from Reynolds. "Thought you'd want to see this," accompanied by a news article link announcing additional charges against Blackwood in an expanding treason case. Maya felt a complex mixture of emotions: vindication, certainly, but also closure that had eluded her for years. The truth was finally emerging, and with it, the possibility of truly moving forward. A second message followed. "Team gathering to celebrate. Alex says your presence is strongly encouraged. Bordering on mandatory." Maya smiled. Considering the invitation, the solitary existence she had maintained for years had gradually given way to something unexpected: a community of colleagues who respected her abilities without needing to know every detail of her past. As she prepared to join them, Maya caught her reflection in the mirror. The woman who looked back was neither the legendary ghost nor the anonymous civilian she had pretended to be, but something new, a synthesis of all her experiences and strengths. 6 months ago, she had walked into the Hawthorne Shooting Club seeking justice and closure. She had found those things, but also something unexpected: a future where her extraordinary abilities could be acknowledged and used for the right reasons, where the skills that had once defined her in the shadows could now serve in the light. Maya Chinonse, the ghost. Now simply herself picked up her keys and headed out to join her team. Walking forward as her complete, authentic self,